Hey bub, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talent the X-Centric Collector, and today we're going to be covering Juggernaut from the Gamerverse wave. Let's get into it.
Cerebro online.
Cerebro, pull up file Gamerverse Juggernaut 2025.
Accessing file. Gamerverse Deluxe Juggernaut 2025. Retail price $64.99. Accessories: alternate hands, power effect.
This Gamerverse Juggernaut is a deluxe figure, so he did not come in a 2-pack like the others. You can barely fit him in this package as it is. He came in a Window Gamerverse themed package with artwork of the video game character as well as the action figure on the sides and back of the box. He comes with 2 additional hands and a punching power effect. And with that, let's take a look at the Gamerverse Juggernaut out of the package. Here we are with Kane Marco, aka the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Look at this thing, guys. I mean, look at the detail. He just looks so good. And he's friggin' huge. Juggernaut has come a long way over the years. There's been many versions of him. This Gamerverse, in my opinion, is by far the most superior out of the Juggernaut figures. And you can just see, look how far we've come since the early days of Toy Biz. I mean, this thing, I used to love this figure. He has the punching action. He had little wheels on his feet so you could... But yeah, I mean, just look how far we've come. This is incredible. This Gamerverse Juggernaut will fit in your comic display, or it can be used in your Gamerverse display. Either way, he looks great. His articulation is pretty damn good for being such a big boy. He's got rotation up here. It's single jointed, but of course, because he's so big and bulky. But this even rotates. His hands have the typical Marvel Legends articulation on the hands. And he did come with accessories. So he's got the 2-fisted hands. He has 2 open hands for reaching out and grabbing. They look awesome. And he also has this power effect like he does in the game. And basically you can just pop this off and plug this on. Boop. And bingo. He's got that power punch, which looks cool. And he's got this fantastic articulation that they've been doing on a lot of these figures now up here, so they can kind of go all around. And he gets incredible crunch down that way and back. He just looks so good. The head, yeah, so he can turn and look. There is no, the face is like in there, so I don't know if you can see, but the helmet doesn't come off the head. If you wanted to, you could set this aside and use the old head from the other one, and it'll do if that's what you want to do, but it does look a little small on that body. You need a tiny little headed Juggernaut. But yeah, so plugs right back on. And the leg articulation, let's see how far we can get that. Oh my goodness. Juggernaut can almost do splits. That's nuts. And he's pinless and single jointed at the knee. But again, because he's so big and bulky, see if there's a boot swivel. Oh, that spins there. Incredible. Is there a boot swivel just out of curiosity? There isn't. But the fact that it spins there, that's good enough. So yeah, I mean, he's pretty articulate for such a big guy. He just looks so good. I think I am going to have him in a display, maybe just him and Black Tom versus a team of like 6 or 7 X-Men. Because he should be a centerpiece. He is a fantastic looking figure. probably, well, I'm not going to say where in the top 10, but he is definitely in the top 10 of X-Men action figures for 2025. So he's going to be going in my top 10 list. Let's see, did I have that on backwards? Yeah, that's the way it goes. So, I mean, did you guys pick him up? Are you going to pick him up? I think he's still available. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a definite must get for Juggernaut fans. This thing, toe articulation. He's so awesome. And he's huge. Let me show you him next to, let's do Shauna the She-Devil. Because she's pretty average female size figure. So we've got Shauna. We've got the new Gladiator. So you can get an idea of the size here. Juggernaut is enormous. This is, in my opinion, this is the Juggernaut figure. If you're in a market for a Juggernaut figure, it should be this one. The 2-pack is awesome. And the fact that the 2-pack, you can take the helmet off and you have alternate heads is cool, but just the sheer size of this thing totally makes it worth it. Highly recommend. Now, let's get into a little bit of the history of Kane Marco, the unstoppable Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, first appearance, the X-Men number 12, July, 1965, created by Stan Lee, writer, Jack Kirby, artist.
Juggernaut first appeared in the X-Men number 12 in 1965. Being one of the coolest X-Men villains ever, of course he was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Juggernaut's real name is Kane Marco. He was the son of Kurt Marco, who became Charles Xavier's stepfather when he married Shannon Xavier after the death of her husband Brian, which Kurt is partially responsible for. Kurt Marco favors Charles and abuses his own son Kane, and because of this, Kane resents Charles and bullies him frequently. After they grew up, Kane and his stepbrother, Charles, served in the US Army and were stationed in Korea. There, Marco finds a hidden temple dedicated to the entity Sidorak. When he enters the temple, he finds a huge ruby, which he quickly scoops up and reads the inscription on the stone aloud. Whosoever touches this gem shall be granted the power of the crimson bands of Sidorak. Henceforth, you who read these words shall become forevermore a human juggernaut. As the gem began to channel its power into Marco, it caused the temple to cave in, and Kane is buried alive, presumably killed, not to be heard from again, until a sudden assault on the X-Men's headquarters years later. Of course, we know there's no way he could have died in a simple temple collapse because of how powerful he is. Speaking of his powers, let's check out his powers and abilities.
Powers and abilities, superhuman strength, stamina, and durability, unstoppable momentum, immortality, psychic shield via helmet, healing factor, armor summoning.
A lot of people think because Juggernaut has appeared in mostly X-Men comics that he's a mutant, but in reality, he's just a normal human that found a mystical gem. The gem is called the Crimson Gem of Sidorak. Sidorak is an extra-dimensional being hailing from the Crimson Cosmos. He is known as the Destroyer, Lord of Oblivion, and Master of the Raging Storm. Whoever possesses the gem becomes the avatar of Sidorak on Earth, very similar to the way Moon Knight is the avatar for Khonshu. After obtaining the gem, Kane became Juggernaut and was granted superhuman strength, stamina, and durability. He also possesses the ability of unstoppable momentum, which means once he starts moving, there is almost nothing that can stop him, hence the term unstoppable Juggernaut. He was also granted immortality, meaning nothing can kill him. He does, however, possess a mental weakness, so psychics can easily take him out. However, his powers also grant him a psychic shield via his helmet, so if you can't get the helmet off, you can't defeat him. He has a healing factor, which has been shown many times, but one that sticks out in my mind is when Shatterstar from X-Force put his sword through Juggernaut's eye, it almost instantaneously healed. And his last power, his armor summoning. Even if you remove his helmet, if you don't get in his mind fast enough, he can manifest new armor. Juggernaut is a true powerhouse, so let's see how these powers rank on the grid. Cerebro, please pull up the power grid.
Accessing power grid. Analyzing subject.
You can find these grids on the backs of various Marvel trading cards, as well as on marvel.fandom.com. Our first category is Strength. He is at a 7. Omnipotent Strength. The fact that Juggernaut's powers come from an extra-dimensional being means his strength is unlimited. There are few individuals in the Marvel Universe as strong as Juggernaut, and off the top of my head, the only hero that's ever been able to outmatch his strength is the Incredible Hulk. When this guy comes running at you, trust me, you do not want to be in his way. Next up is Intelligence. He's at a 2. He's not mentally deficient, but he is by no means a genius. His mystical powers don't grant him any elevated intelligence. He's just an average run-of-the-mill fellow when it comes to his intelligence. Now moving on to Speed. He's at another 2. Normal human speed. I will add as a caveat to this one, because of his incredible strength, just like the Incredible Hulk, Juggernaut can make incredible leaps, flinging himself through the air for miles, and I'd assume he's moving pretty fast when he makes those incredible jumps. But on the ground, he's just at normal human speed. Our next category is Fighting Ability, and if I'm being honest here, this one actually took me by surprise. He's at a 4. World Heavyweight Champ level. The only reason I was surprised by this is because he's always come across as a bit of a brawler or a brute that seems to mindlessly swing his arms around and crash through whatever's in front of him. But apparently all those years fighting the X-Men, Juggernaut has learned a thing or two about fighting technique. Next up is Durability. He's at a whopping 7. Indestructible, which makes him almost impossible to injure, besides the fact that he was granted immortality by the gem. While in battle, blades, bullets, missiles, energy blasts, nothing can take this guy down. Even without his armor, he is still indestructible. However, without his helmet, he is vulnerable to psychic attack, but his physical body is impenetrable to almost any attack, which makes him virtually an unstoppable opponent. Now on to Agility. He's at a 2. Normal human agility. And this is no surprise. Take one look at this guy, and you'd be shocked to think that this guy could even be as agile as a normal human. Just look at his body proportions and how big he is. He's lucky he's not super clumsy. But there you have it, normal human agility. And our final category, Energy Blast. He's at a 1. No energy projection whatsoever. And thank God for that. If Juggernaut were any more powerful than he already was, then good luck having any chance to beat him whatsoever. Taking a look at his overall stats, right away, we can see between his strength and durability each at a 7, and his fighting ability at a 4, he is perhaps one of the most formidable villains the X-Men have ever faced. Even with his average intelligence, speed, and agility, there are few people in the Marvel Universe that are as unstoppable as the Juggernaut. He has made appearances in everything from the comics, video games, to some regrettable appearances in X-Men movies, as well as the animated series, and a kind of cameo when Morph turned into him in X-Men 97. I hope we get to see the actual Juggernaut appear in X-Men 97 Season 2 or maybe even Season 3, which I'm definitely going to be reacting to. And that reminds me, Cerebro, let him know.
Be sure to check out X-Men 97 Reactions with Talent. Don't forget to subscribe.
Please do go check out my reaction videos. I react to all kinds of awesome stuff, and I'm super excited for X-Men Season 2. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. And I greatly appreciate every one of you that subscribes. It really does help the channel out. That's all for this one. I'm Talent the Eccentric Collector reminding you, keep collecting. And until next time, Excelsior!